Hello, LJ Young for DebtAintMyDaddy. How are you guys today? I hope you've been enjoying my videos, and I hope you've been actually feeling what I'm saying. This video is more about self-worth, right? And since becoming debt-free, it's really opened my mind to a lot of things, and mainly the main thing I've really realized is how important the time in my life is. How valuable it is, right? It's really become focused on that and focused with sharing my experience. There's something's inside of me saying I must share this experience, right? But this video is more to kind of give you an idea of even trying to put a price tag on what you know, right? I know in my mind it's infinite. It's worth no limit to the knowledge I know that I'm sharing with you guys. I know it for a fact, right? But like when people come to me and ask what I do and what I will do for them, and then once I tell them the price, they're really taken back, shocked, like, oh my God, that much? I say, yeah. But then they go, oh, it's natural, because people that are in the debt matrix, they will respond like that. I understand, I get it, all right? But I reassure a person on how I kind of give them an idea of how much that price really is compared to what I'm going to do for them in their whole entire personal finance life. It'll be peanuts. And I'll prove it. I'll create a plan. I create plans, and then I prove it with numbers, with math. It's no guessing. Like some products out here, you're kind of hoping that it works for you. You're really, okay, all right. No, this one I'm going to prove to you that it's going to work for you. But all you got to do is follow this plan, and I'll prove it, right? Let you add up the math yourself. All you have to do is believe the math. That will be the toughest part. And once I show a person how much I will be saving them, I guarantee you the person will look at that price like peanuts. And you know what they'll turn to me and say? I'd pay you 10 times that. If I had known this, I'd pay you 10 times that amount. Doesn't that sound crazy? Not to me. Because you will. I'm not even joking. I'm not even lying. You will. I will prove to you and show you on paper that I will change your life forever. You don't even realize now, a lot of people believe, when I say debt free, oh, I just won't have any bills. No. It's much more than that. Much, much more. Debt is a lot of noise. It's a lot of noise that you're so used to it, you don't realize how much noise it is, right? Like when you got a lot of debt, you don't realize how many due dates you have to keep in track of. You got to keep, you got to know about, right? Let me tell you something. That's physically impossible. That's impossible. You can't. There's too many. You can't. That's where you start losing money, because you can't keep track of due dates, finance charges. That's where it starts. You can't keep track of that. When you're financially free like myself, know how to manage money, that's gone. There's no due dates to keep track of because they don't exist. But when you're in a debt matrix, you can't hear that. You can't even fathom that. This is what else my price gives you. It eliminates that. You have no due dates. You're no longer scared of the mailbox because there's nothing coming there, because it doesn't exist. That part of your mind is freed up now. Just think how much more you can do, you will be able to do with that energy mind space free for you to collaborate whatever you want to do in life. Here's another thing it does. Financial scams, let me tell you something, okay? Financial scams are only aimed at people in debt. When you're financially free and you know how to manage money well, it's clear what a money scam is. You know why? How it's so easy to spot? Because they do things that make no financial sense at all. They aim those scams to people that do not understand the financial system. How it works, it's clear as day. It's no sophistication about it. It really is not. They're just, as soon as they run the scam, they'll do something that makes no financial sense. And when I say no financial sense, the math doesn't add up. If the math doesn't add up, it doesn't make financial sense. It's easy. When you come on this side, this is what my price brings you. You come over here, it's lovely over here. That stuff exists over there. Because it's based on debt and fear. When you're out of debt, there is no fear. Debt creates fear. They work hand in hand. The scammers go, they aim it towards the fear and the debt part, and then they just nab you up when you don't know. When you're on this side, you'd be like, clearly, that's a freaking scam. Why? Nobody gives you millions of dollars from Zimbabwe. All they need is your bank card. That's just the dumbest, stupidest thing in the world. It's so stupid. But I got to think like this. I logically understand it's complete and utter financial nonsense. But on the other hand, if it wasn't working, they would stop doing it. But it's obviously working. You see how it all connects? I get it. But, and scammers, in the bigger picture of things, even scammers, they're all in that type of energy. That shit just circles around them. It just stays there. Money is energy. Energy, that's why they call it currency. It's energy. So you start doing negative things with it, it stays in that circle. Believe this to be true, because it is. It just stays in that circle. And they speak the same language. When you're in debt, and if you've always been in debt all your life, you only speak debt. Believe it to be true. How do I know? Because I was in the debt matrix for 40 years. Now that I'm out, it's clear as day. You hear all these statements. Okay, here's another thing it brings you. You hear these statements one way inside the debt matrix. You hear these statements differently outside of the debt matrix. Banks are bad. Banks are evil. No, they're not. That's just made you to believe that. Okay? They're not evil. They're making you know what I see? They're making billions of dollars, and they're telling me that there's plenty of money out here. You just got to figure out how to come and get it. Look, we're making billions. Look, money's not scarce. Why? How do I know that? Because we're making billions. That's what I see. They're not evil. You know why? Because most of it's all by choice. It's choice. You can choose to stay in the debt matrix, or you can choose to get out. This is what my price brings with it. I will change your life forever if you just follow what I say. You're going to struggle with what you've been taught all your life. It's going to be a struggle. Don't get me wrong. You'll be like, oh my God, no. Shiitake mushrooms. No, you're going to resist it, right? You're going to resist it. But all I'm going to say is be like, look at the math, though. Look at the math. Because math can't be wrong. Math doesn't care how you feel about it. If you like it, if you dislike it, whatever. Math don't care. Math is neutral. You come back to the math. If the math is right, keep going. Becoming wealthy. Look, here's the other secret statement that you hear wrong. Wealth is not a secret. It's not. It's not a secret. That's the misconception. It's not a secret. It's right out here in the open. It's in the open. It's every single day. shoved down your throat and you don't even know it. Like, I can't watch TV commercials. I barely can watch movies. Now it's coming across my phone. It's in your face every single day. Radio, it's crazy. Now that's a lot of noise. Now, once you come on this side, it's noisy. You look at TV commercials totally different. You're like, I just want to say, why are you saying that to them? Okay, that's a lie. You're not lying, but you're not saying the whole truth. You know, that's what I go through when I see commercials. Bank commercials, medicine commercials, fast cash loan commercials, all that stuff. That stuff drives me nuts. I be like, this one I heard on the radio the other day, it said, yeah, fast cash was $6,000 was to my bank, just like that, blah, 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 right? I'm like, yeah, but at what percentage rate? And now if you decide you're not going to pay to have access to your bank account, so they're going to start snatching it. They're going to start taking the money. Why? Because you gave them access to your bank account to put it in. That gives them the same permission to take it out. No. I can't even imagine the percentage rate of that money. Oh my God. But those are the things. It's just crazy. Anyway, I be going on and on. Anyway, this is what my price brings you. A guaranteed financial freedom. Guaranteed. I guarantee it. You know how I guarantee it? I'll prove it with math. And if I show you the numbers, okay, this is what I want you to focus in on, right? Because it happened. It has happened. I will show a person the numbers, the math numbers, and they still don't believe it. And still don't believe it. Still don't believe that's their net worth. Still don't believe it. Even though math says so. I want you to focus in on something. That's how powerful that is. That's how powerful it is. I've had a couple of clients not believe me. And I'm baffled too. I'm baffled. I'm like, what part is it that you don't believe me? And guess what? They can never prove it. They can never show me the part that's wrong. Never. You know why? Because math says so. I'm not making this up.